Hey there, I'm Intellogic. This is a continuation of my Kana submission video. This will be a new category, being Toshi's Relics on Expert Spirit Guide, which is hard difficulty. I showcased the run on easy, and the run will follow a very similar style and pathing, just on a very difficult setting. So yeah, timer will start on 3, 2, 1, go. Now I will go over everything again as if this is a new video. Kina Bridge of Spirits is a very enjoyable speedrun, both casually and in combat. The game provides a lot of variety and a lot of fun. Even casually, this game is definitely an amazing experience and would highly recommend it for the price. It is a lot cheaper than most, if not all, AAA games, and I think it really is going to set a new kind of tone for AAA games to come in the future, with its beautiful style and its decent price. But here we have Kana, our protagonist of the run, or the game, sorry. Kana is a spirit guide, here to free the spirits in the village, coming up of their past grievances and regrets. So yeah, we're actually able to move now. That ability there is called Pulse, allowing us to interact with the environment around us, and allowing us to interact with our friends alike. We'll be hitting that autosave. It bleeds into that starting area from a deeper part of the cave, and we're able to interact with it and load the game to load us in an opportunistic spot. Now we have our first tutorial fight of the run. Because we're an expert, these enemies take a lot. Normally it's a charged into a full light combo. You have to reset yourself, you can't do full combos. But in this situation, you can just do light into charged heavy into light heavy. The enemies definitely take a lot more to go down and will knock you out if you allow them. It's a very difficult category and definitely an enjoyable one in regards to combat. The movement is pretty much identical to the easy run, but we'll be having a few stops in our boss rush to get health upgrades, to be sure we don't get our teeth kicked in immediately if there is a mistake or just an unfortunate set of events. Right here we'll be rolling up this tree to get out of bounds, skipping a lot of story and a lot of cutscenes. And going into the tutorial area of the game for the rots. The pulse frees the rots from their spirit state and allows them to take form as these cute little munchkins. In this tutorial area, we will need to find 5 rot to progress and get to level 1. We're currently at level 0, and we're unable to aim and use rot abilities. And we need both of those to even progress at all in the run. So even though we can skip this area, if we just continue out of bounds, it is in our best wishes to see it out. Reloading the autosave right there to put us in a much better spot while also carrying over our rot total. The game autosaves after every rot, but it doesn't autosave our position, just the addition of a new rot. So we're able to get a progression waypoint and then bounce back and forth to pick up the rots in the area. Now that we grabbed our 5th rot and skipped the level up animation, we're able to interact with our environment and aim. Both are extremely important in progressing the run. There we go. Aim allows us to get more vertical height, to let us do some really sweet jumps. Be very careful. There we go. This out of bounds allows us to skip a mob fight and a bunch of tutorials that we would get in succession. Because we skip the first one, we'll never get the second or the third or the fourth. There we go. Another aim jump, just to signal how good it is. We skipped out a lot of twisting and turning in that small area, with Rot having to carry over a bunch of things to get to this first boss of the run very quickly. Oh, he's backing up. Alright, I have to get out of the corruption here. There we go. So an expert, enemies are more aggressive, so they will attempt to hurt you at many more intervals than it would on easy. And they have a lot more health. And they hit harder, you know. There we go. To those who don't know, there is actually a title card there that wants to play out. And it will drag Kana from a running or a walking state, pan the camera up and then play the title card. But because we're dodge rolling and pulsing at the same time, we're never actually in any of those listed states. So the game is unable to initiate the cutscene and the camera pan. A nice bit of time save. We'll be getting into village now and doing our first mob fight of the run. Oh, whoops. Okay, that's fine. The order you do the attacks isn't really a big deal, as long as you get the third heavy swing out, because the third I guess input of the combo, being a heavy swing, is the best damage dealing move we have outside of abilities. So it's very important we're actually able to do that. Alright, now that's the village open, our main hub is now available. We'll be bouncing between these points in this village. Normally we want to go into this pressure plate in front of us and pulse to progress the story, but we're going to be sidetracking over here. And instead of starting chapter 1, we're going to be jumping straight to chapter 3. By coming over here and doing these very, very tight rolls. Sadly, not good enough. We'll try again. There we go. Second try is decent. You know, we take those. And yeah, we actually bypassed an invisible wall at the shrine, and now we're able just to roll our way all the way to the initiation point for chapter 3. The reason why we do this is to get an ability called Dash. Dash is an ability we use to enter the spirit realm for Toshi's Relics. But it also acts as a very good form of movement, which we'll be using greatly to help us traverse the environment.
You will need to cross. Look for gateways in the village.
Load that autosave to skip out on some tutorials, and come over to this right side. People may know that the Mask Maker, which is the boss I want to go to right now, is on the left side, but we're going right. What's the deal with that? So I actually want to go to this right side to put myself in a very opportunistic spot to allow us to do this very cool trick called a hyper dash. A hyper dash is the process of doing a frame perfect set of inputs to pause the game and pull out our camera, and then dashing and going out camera and using a pose. And by doing that, we're able to basically turn off the gravity in the game with the pose and carry over the momentum of our dash and just fly forwards and never fall down. And now we've accessed the Mask Maker Shrine without even needing to go the long way around, which is very nice. Pardon me, I'll have a quick drink. So this is a downtime. There's nothing you can do to speed these up for what we know right now. So you can have a little drink in the meantime. And now we're starting our first fight of the run. Our first main relic fight of the run, being Mask Maker. I want to tuck him in this corner to loop him with these heavy attacks right here. Make him turn, and then catch him from behind, and loop him from this point onwards. Now, he really wants to be facing you to do an action, but because we caught him when we did, we're actually able to keep him in this state. And there we go. Very good, very good. Whoops. Alright, my dash management was not the best there. And now we'll walk back to village. And now we'll be doing our second relic, almost immediately after the first one, being warrior. We want to parkour up this house and around this this barrier right here. And dash jump over the Kool-Aid. There we go. And make our way to warrior. Now, a lot of people who have played this game might be curious that we need bow to fight warrior, so why are we coming here? Well, just like last time, we'll be doing a hyper dash to completely bypass the area's progression and hit the autosave of warrior and then just load the game. And here we are. We're buying Raw Hammer. Objectively the best ability in the game. Allows us to team up with our little guys, look at these guys, and allow us to do a very, very strong hammer attack when we have a courage bar in the bottom left hand corner. Heavy attacks are very important to make sure they're charged up, so we're able to deal a lot of damage and keep them staggered. Keeping them staggered is the important part. Obviously this is expert, so any kind of attack he does will definitely put me in a very dangerous situation with my health. So we just want to be sure we avoid his attacks and keep him under our thumb, which we seem to be doing quite well so far, which is very nice. There we go. That's pretty good. So that's our second relic down. Now, we're not going to be getting all our relics immediately. We'll be having a short break to show off a lot of parkour and a lot of good movement. So we'll take the waypoint back to the village, and we'll take our side track into chapter 1 to grab bow. Bow being a mandatory, I guess, item for this category. Oh, I did not clear. That's a shame. There we go. Okay, bow is a mandatory item for this category because we are unable to open Hunter and fight her without the bow. We come over here to get a waypoint. Alright, my ankles got clipped on the little bits of corruption. There we go. We're skipping another fight by rolling it up this little area. and jumping over the door.
Over here, Tina. There's something in the ground. I bet a forest chicken grow here.
This is definitely the segment of the run that focuses a lot on the movement over the combat. It comes in waves. The run starts with a nice mix of the two, and then it leads into combat, and then it leads into movement. And then back into combat for the final part. Alright, we want to, there we go, get up on a sweet spot right there, and roll really high up to get on top of this rock. Now that might have looked a little weird, and you might be asking, Logic, why do you not just, you know, go to the right side? You went on a weird path when the path is very easy for you to access. Well, by going through the left side, we actually skipped out on initiating a trigger, which would have put up an invisible wall here. And we'd have to go through a bunch of cutscenes before we could progress. But because we went the way we did, the invisible wall was never put up. A fun side effect to doing that left side movement and skipping that trigger is thunder will forever crack in the background while we progress. So even though it may look like a sunny day, is thundering out, which is a nice aesthetic to hear when doing the run, in my opinion. Again, skipping this fight right here with some really cool bits of movement. There we go. And now we'll be doing definitely one of the biggest bits of movement in the run by traversing up here. And instead of taking the winding path to our right, we're able to just roll against this pillar and jump all the way up here and be on top of the mountains. Completely out of bounds, of course. There we go. I want to traverse over here onto a very specific spot, aim in again a very specific spot, and do another hyper dash. Now I want to land on a rock, which will hopefully load in soon. There it is. And we walk off this way and allows us to void out. This is a safety measure put in place to stop people from soft locking their game, and it helps us recover our normal walking state. Okay, we traverse down here. And now we are at the elevator, pre-bow. Basically skipped out on a major boss fight, a mob fight, and a bunch of winding movement paths. So it's a very advantageous strat. And a very cool looking one at that. Really focuses on the movement, which is very nice. Load this auto save to prevent a crash from happening. Pardon me if that was audible, I apologise. Now we want to do some dashes and some very well timed rolls to avoid a cutscene and talk to Rusu immediately to grab a bow. Now that we have bow, we're actually able to go fight Hunter, being the final relic we need to unlock Toshi. Again, Hunter is not possible without the bow, which is why we needed to go grab it. And now we can use dash for its intended purpose and dash into the spirit realm to go on Hunter's path. Now normally you need bomb to open this pathway, but we're actually able to parkour our way around these rocks and get out of bounds once again by climbing up on this right side. And just like that, we're in the boss area for Hunter. A very cool bit of movement, which actually saves us from doing a lot of movement. Now wait for the cool purple trail to hit this pad. There we go. And we can begin our fight with Hunter. Now on Experts is a very scary fight. So we want to catch her immediately and just kind of wail on her. Back up, and now we kind of react to see what she does. This is a very nice attack. We parry that. Beat her up a little bit, and do raw hammer. Now that she's done this, we can knock her out from the sky before she can do a dangerous attack. And once again, just get some hits in. Back up. Now we once again find out what she wants to do. Okay. There we go. Oh, very nice. Love that. Very clean fight. That was amazing RNG. Her attacks played out very nicely for us. Now we'll be meditating right here to get some additional health before the main fight. Now Toshi's a pretty dangerous fight, honestly. We want to be very careful. Again, if Toshi catches us in a very unfortunate scenario, we just kind of lose. Okay, very early teleport, which is fine. Some free damage after we stagger him out of his attack here. There we go. Now we can just get some free hits in. Again, we want to be sure that we stop him from doing any of his attacks. Because if he does get some attacks off, it puts us in a very scary spot. Like that. If he got that attack off, that would have been very scary. Alright, now we can do raw hammer to end it. There we go. A very, very, very clean fight, honestly. We were able to keep him under our thumb for pretty much the entire fight, which is very nice. And now we'll be unlocking a shield upgrade, which gives us one extra bit of dash, which is very nice. Now we're making our way to the final boss of the game. Whoops. Alright. Rock God is very scary on Expert, because unlike Easy, where it only takes one bow shot to pop his weak points, you need 3 on Expert. Which is very, very scary, because you can kind of get caught out. And again, if you get hit on Expert, you're in a very unfortunate space. But there we go. With phase 1 finishing up, we're now in phase 1.5, I guess you can call it. Oh, whoops. There we go. Ouch. Wow, okay. Maybe a little dangerous. I'll have to be very careful with how I play this next area. Whoops, okay. Alright, whew. That was scary. That was a very good win night though. A very good win night. That fight can be very dangerous, but just got out of it. Now, it's not over yet. I can still maybe get killed in this next part. There are healing plants around this arena, and I just need to get enough courage in the bottom left, as you see, to activate one of them. We got our health back very nicely and cleaned up right there. So now we're in a very nice spot for phase 3. Again, one night in phase 1.5 can be very dangerous. If you get caught out one too many times, your run is dead pretty much. Now we'll be skipping that bomb platform, which you need bombs to do this area, but thanks to that very cool movement right there, we're able to actually skip out on it. Which originally was our last hurdle to make bombs obsolete in this run. So, congrats and big ups to the community for experimenting and actually finding all that. Alright. Unlike Easy, we're actually unable to stagger Rock God out of his attack here. So, it's basically a DM. Or a desperation move, and we are unable to stop it. So we just have to run around and avoid everything. Now right here, I want to try and kill as many enemies as possible because I want a full bar of courage, which I have thankfully gotten. Not every day you see one of those aerial enemies dying to a bunch of physical hits. Specific positioning there to influence his attacks. And once again, we want to be sure we're playing it a little safe, but also manipulating him to get in timely and optimal attacks. Okay. Went outside of the ring to hopefully skip one of his lasers, which I think we've hopefully done. Yep, there we go. Love that. Uh-oh. Hey, buddy. There we go. Okay. Again, taking him outside of the ring to influence his attacks. And that should be it. Yep, there we go. Okay. Nice stuff. So that'll be a mid 28, which is actually pretty nice, honestly. A very nice time. Yeah, that's Toshi's Relics on hard or expert. This was a really fun run to do. I would love to do this category. A nice thing that could be done, if it's possible, would be to allow incentives to do the run, to start it on easy, and with enough incentives, it's bumped to this difficulty. Although, I will leave that to the supervisors.
There is only one spirit left.
But yeah, mid 28 is pretty good. The estimate for this run will be maybe 32 or 35 minutes, just to compensate for potential deaths. A death in Rock God takes about 3 to 4 minutes, so it's a little dicey on estimates. But 35, I think, is a comfortable estimate for this category. But yeah, that was Toshi's Relics on hard. I've been InsoLogic. Thank you for watching the run. Hopefully, my run is opportunistic and will hopefully put on a good show at ESA. But thank you.